This award mean to me a lot, but most importantly, this is not about me. This is about our organization as a team, all of us working together as a leading organization, as well as so important for us that this is also about the constituency that we are serving. So it's about we are working on the protection of human rights environment.
Your award is in the category of Emergent Leadership. Does this carry special meaning? And if so, can you talk about how EarthRights International views your role in helping to cultivate and develop leaders in Burma and Asia?
The leader is very important. That is why, as EarthRights International, we are creating leader, working with leader to fight for human rights and environment in the local level as well as international level.
So what makes EarthRights International unique or different than other organizations operating in Southeast Asia?
Uniqueness of EarthRights International is we use the power of law and the power of people in defense of human rights environment. We work very strongly with the local community and we bring the issue to advocate for them in the local level as well as international level. And by working on that, we working as a training program, campaign, as well as the legal as the tool to fight for their rights and environment.
Now, can you tell us a little bit more about EarthRights International's work specifically in Southeast Asia?
In Southeast Asia, EarthRights International is we are using as our mandate of power law, power people in defense of human rights and environment. In order to do so, we are training young leaders to be able to fight for their rights and their environment, as well as we working with them. But if you also looking at in Southeast Asia, country in Southeast Asia, they do have very good law, but a lot of civil society do not use those laws effectively quite yet. One importantly, in September, EarthRights International will be training the lawyer from Mekong region and sharing knowledge in Southeast Asia, in the Mekong region, to use the law that exists in their country more effectively.
Now, EarthRights International also has some schools and a long history of working in Burma. Can you tell us a little bit more about that work?
EarthRights International belief is we would like to plant the seeds for the now and in the future. So very important for us to plant the seed. In order for us to plant the seed, we create in schools to make those leaders and to walk around and expand it in their community. So we have the School of Burma that we train students from Burma, the young leader from Burma, and as well as the student from Mekong region to fight for and advocate for their rights and their environment. And EarthRights School is about giving tools to the people to fight for their rights and environment.
Switching subjects, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, your own personal history, how you came out of Burma and came to found EarthRights International?
When I say that I have to go back to when I was 17 years old, after I was tortured and I became student leader in 1988, we mobilized the whole country to fight for democracy and freedom in Burma. And after military crackdown, thousands of students and demonstrators, they killed thousands of them, and they tried to arrest the people who organized the demonstration. And I knew that I was targeted. So I don't dare to live in Burma anymore. I knew that I would be tortured or put in jail or even killed. So I fled Burma with determination that to take arms and fight against the military government for democracy and to join armed groups, armed revolutionary to fight for democracy in Burma. But one of the things that I saw in the jungle and many stories of human rights violation from the villagers changed my life. I mean, one of them that I saw a dead body of a woman with 3 branches in her vagina, which is shocked me and my colleagues, other students who fled together with me. And we can't believe our eyes that how people could treat each other like that. Later I learned that Burmese military took that young lady to go and kill other 6 soldiers, and instead we believe she was raped and killed. So I look at those human rights violations and talk to many people who heard about, who suffering from human rights situation in Burma from the military government, and I thought that this story need to be told to international community. Since then, I was thinking of to choose non-violence and to work for people of Burma and to expose human rights situation of Burma to international community. Then I'm co-founder of EarthRights International in 1995.
Now, EarthRights International has a long history of work in Burma. Particularly, there was a very famous lawsuit, and you're also doing work around a new proposed pipeline. Can you tell us a little bit more about this work?
Right. The work that we do in Burma is protecting human rights and environment. And when you talk about protecting human rights and environment, it's so important that in Burma, natural resources are filled, multinational corporations that go into Burma without respecting human rights. So we would like to change their behavior to respect human rights in Burma. And especially now what's happening with Hsaw Wa project, which is they're going to export the gas from Burma to China, which is so important for us. I do not want Hsaw Wa projects to go forward until Burma, the people of Burma rights are respected, and as well as local people could be participate in the project.
EarthRights International has focused a significant amount of resources and attention on the resource extractive sector in Burma, particularly the effects of large-scale projects operated by foreign corporations. In your opinion, how much do foreign corporations and investors in Burma care about human rights, and has there been any progress in the practices of these foreign companies on the issues of human rights and the environment?
The multinational corporation, they do not respect human rights, I have to say. If they respect human rights, they do not work with Burmese military dictatorship. And they are notorious about their violation of human rights. So we want them to change their behavior, and we would like to address this issue, not to work with Burmese military dictatorship until the government is respecting human rights in Burma.
So what do you see as the proper role of multinational corporations that are in Burma?
The role of multinational corporation is not to invest in Burma for the time being, because if they are working with Burmese military dictatorship, they will be committing to human rights violation in Burma. But if they are already invested, what I want to take, I want them to pressure Burmese military government to respect human rights, and then I want to make sure that there is no human rights violation associating with their project.
Now, recently, the Nobel Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi has been put on trial by the military junta, a trial widely condemned as a sham, with a predetermined outcome that many feel will lead to a conviction. What role do you feel like the international community should play in pressuring the Burmese military regime on this issue?
I think the role of international community should give all kind of pressure to military government to treat Aung San Suu Kyi with justice, because this trial doesn't seem justice to me, complete injustice. And then what we would like to see international pressure military government to free Aung San Suu Kyi, and to make or to pressure military government to sit down and talk with Aung San Suu Kyi and ethnic leader together for the future of Burma. And we would like to see the peace of Burma in the future.
So what is your vision for the future work of EarthRights International?
We are strengthen the local community and work with them to protect their rights in the community level and as well as international level. And then the other part of EarthRights that we are doing is to change the corporate behavior of not respecting human rights around the world. And then we are changing their behavior, as well as we want to promote to hold corporation accountability on their violation of human rights and environment around the world. This is the key role of EarthRights International around the world.